proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God. Stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why
No. Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes and
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes and
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me.
Who told on me? Who told on me? Who's telling on me? Who's telling on me? Who told you we wanted your hair color? Who told you we wanted your shoe print? Who told you we were going to impede your appeal? I'm not told that, Mr. Perry. I've said that every fucking day. You need to understand words. Everybody's getting very frustrated with you that we have to say the same thing again. So you did exactly what the prosecutor told me you recorded talking about on the 11th. He's going to get in your wallet. You're not going to be able to do this appeal. Don't get discouraged. Do the best you can. You're fixing to have a whole big new lawsuit. So do the best you can on this. But what I'd like you to do to show intent is put the amended petition and the DOR on the Tulsa County docket. Don't walk it in, mail it. He's going to fuck with the mail and he's going to fuck with your money so that you can't appeal. They have been talking about it all day. We can't let her appeal. Mr. Perry types in my phone, prove it. He saw you. He's in my phone too. Ringtone Richard. Can't say that she's crazy when she's telling everybody over and over and over again they want her ringtone. And then she's got 9 pages of phone calls in a couple of days. Clearly you want a ringtone, or you're trying to get her ringtone. Went to my service because I don't take phone calls on my phone. I have somebody that tries to call me that I don't want anything to do with. Mr. Perry, listen to the words I'm saying. Were you asked what you think? Mr. Perry, did anyone ask you what you think? Did anyone ask you what you think? No. What were you told to do?
For 2 minutes?
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk. That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this.
She didn't ask him what he thought about her clothes. We're not asking you what you think, are we? How old are you? What is your mental status? Mr. Perry, were you asked what you think? No, you were not. What were you asked to do? Cease and desist. Do not call me again. Do not contact me again. Do not hack me. Do not peep. Do not hit on me. I hate it. Do you have a date? In 12 years. A real life, love life date. You don't. When you do exactly what we said you're recorded talking about doing, and you know we have that because we put it out everywhere, you prove it. I don't have to do shit, do I? When you impede court process, Mr. Perry, and we can't have a court proceeding where I can prove it, that does prove it. You don't have a cover-up when you do exactly what we say you're talking about doing. On the 11th, my prosecutor called me and said, we just heard them all day long talking about impeding your court proceeding, your appeal, intentionally, causing problems outside of court illegally to impede you from appealing the illegal decision they already got on December 17th, hoping to have you arrested on the 18th and shut the whole thing down. Did we ask you what you think? Nope. So, when you do it, you prove it. He's typing in my phone, prove it. You did. I don't have to. So, when you get out of my way, get your hand out of my wallet, quit hacking my phones and my computers and jamming everything up, and we have a normal court proceeding, I can prove it just fine. And you know that. You proved out the recording of the 11th and the subsequent one of you talking to my landlord on the 12th. Get her kicked out. I want her kicked out. She's going to take my bribe and lie. Yellow brick road, you guys call it. What is it you're getting out of that? You don't have a cover-up when you keep doing what we say you're going to do. We say it before, Mr. Perry, not after. It was on the 11th. File the Tulsa County part of this. The DOR and the amended petition. Mail it. Don't walk it in. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but at least get that done, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to do the rest of it, because he's just been recorded talking about taking all your money, so you can't. And getting you kicked out of your house. We got him talking to the landlord. I want her kicked out. Why? I thought everything was fine. We just had her sign a lease. How many people have you gotten kicked out of their home? This is an illegal phone call. You shouldn't know my landlord. You don't make those decisions. Did we ask you what you think? I didn't ask you that. Nobody asked you. No one cares. Why are you, not getting what the words are? What are the words? Leave me alone.
Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
When you want to brush your teeth, when you want your teeth to be clean, you brush them. When you want food, you go to the grocery, you buy food. When you want to cover up, you tend not to do what you were recorded premeditating criminal acts in Oklahoma, the forum state of Oklahoma. You tend not to do what you were already recorded doing and caught. And it's everywhere. Where's the cover up in that? He's doing exactly what she says. She can't prove it. We'll let her in court. So, where's the hearing where she's been in court to show her evidence? You keep impeding the court process. So she can't, which tells me she can prove it. She can prove it. You keep doing what she says you're doing. Where's the cover up? What is it, Mr. Warman, your client wants me to lie about when he keeps doing exactly what I say? Charles, did we ask you what you think? No, listen to what you were asked to do.
That's okay, I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God.
She has no proof, Mr. Perry. In your weirdo delusion planet, she doesn't have any proof she's being stalked, does she? Prove it. I'm going to make you where you can't go to court. You won't have any money. I'm going to take it all. You're being sued for tortious interference, aren't you? You're about to be charged with grand larceny with intent to coerce, interference with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce. When you called my landlord, that's what that was. You interfered with a contract. You interfere with my ability to perform in a contract. Your intent is to make me take the yellow brick road, as you put it. Make it where she has nothing. So she'll finally take our bribe and lie. Mr. Warman, please send me an email with a list of things your client thinks I'm supposed to lie about. Where's the cover-up? When he does exactly what we say he's going to do. He wants me to prove it. If he'll get out of my wallet so that we can have a court hearing where I'm there to show my evidence, I'm happy to. The fact that he impedes that does prove it. When you do exactly what I say you're going to do, because you are recorded talking about it, and I get a call from a prosecutor, we just got him talking about impeding your appeal. Here's what he wants to do. He wants to take all your money so you can't do it. Jam up your cards. They won't work. They didn't, Mr. Warman. He did exactly what he was recorded talking about. They're still not. So I can't go to Oklahoma City today. Your client again impeded. Just like he was talking about on the 11th. I got a letter from my landlord last night. Just like your client was telling him to do. He did it. Interference with contracts. So my guy tells me, if you can't do this, don't worry about it. You got a whole new lawsuit. By the time I'm finished with him, you have a huge one. Whole new lawsuit. So do the best you can. But we are discussing Mr. Warman, Mr. Giles, Mr. Goodwin, and Mr. McGew, and Mr. Seth. We are discussing filing a petition for leave and a writ of mandamus, asking the court to immediately order a protective order, or ask the lower court to do it, because you just gave us jurisdiction again. Not that we didn't already have that. You're going to leave me alone. If you want me to prove it, then stop the out-of-court harassment and the grand larceny with intent to coerce. You want to bribe me and you want me to lie. Mr. Warman, I need you to email me a list of things your client wants me to lie about. What is it that he wants me to lie about? He continues to do exactly what we say. This was everywhere. I didn't make it a secret. On the 11th, a podcast was uploaded into your Dropbox where I'm telling you your client was recorded talking about taking my money so I can't appeal. And the mail. He's taking my mail. So what he told me to do is file it via mail. Don't walk it in. You know, it cost me twice as much to do it that way. Put the receipt with the petition so the courts can see you sent it on time. But you may not get to do anything more than that. But at least that way you have your intent. So when I charge him criminally, he cannot assert the defense that you didn't have the intent to appeal. You're doing your best, Alfred. He's acting in bad faith. Okay? Mr. Perry, did I ask you what you think? Listen, you have got to act like you can think like a rational human being. Explain the crazy in your head. We don't get it. Were you asked what you think, sir? Nope. Nor was he. What were you asked to do? Leave me alone. There's never going to be a day where I hug you or kiss you or want to be with you. Not going to happen. The more you harass me, the more I hate your guts. The more grotesque and hideous you are to me and everybody else. It's not hard to get information on what you guys are doing. Empathy. You don't have any. So you're trying to run a race with no feet and everybody else has feet. You're just pissing everybody off. So, hang on. Yeah, everybody else thinks like this guy. Why are you guys so weak? You got to pick on a woman? How many men are in a meeting every day trying to figure out how to make me fail? Men pick on men. Are you too weak to pick on men that you got to harass one woman and make one woman fail? Mr. Perry, are you that pathetic? Prissy pants.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
Did you hear him? He's a guy. I like men's, guy. That if they're going to pick on... they don't pick on people. But if they did, they pick on a man. So how many men get together in a meeting every day and sit around and try to figure out how to make one woman fail? Do you have mommy issues that you need to go to your mommy with? And for you guys that go to church, have you read the verse in the Bible that says, don't come into my house? You come into my house and you got some problem with somebody else. You put your sacrifice down and you go fix it. AA has a thing called making amends. Part of making amends, Mr. Perry, is stopping. You stop. If you say you're sorry, you fucking stop. Or they're just words. They're just words. When you get that worked out, then come back into my house. Otherwise, I don't want to... I mean, what's he saying that for? What do I have to talk to you about until you fix this with this person? Why do you think God Almighty, who gave his son to die so that you could have direct access to him, the temple veil rent in two when Jesus died? You got direct access. What do you think he's telling you to go put down your sacrifice and go fix the problem you have with another human being? So first thing you guys need to fix is your mommy problem. Go to your mommy and fucking fix it. And stop icking that slime all over me. Men do not pick on women and children to feel tough. Sissy pants, maybe. Prissy pants, whatever you want to call it. Pick on women to feel tough. How many men sit around in a meeting and think up ways to make me fail? I'm one woman. And my kid, both my kids, suffered and suffered and suffered and had no semblance of any kind of normal life because of that. Now, did anyone ask you, Mr. Perry, what you think? No. No one cares. We don't want to hear it. We're all getting very sick and tired of hearing about what Charles Perry thinks. You were not asked. Mr. Perry, you weren't asked. Nobody asked you what you think. Team Weirdo, maybe. Keep that within Team Weirdo. I don't care to hear it. I really don't. You want to type in my phone, prove it? You proved it. I don't need to. Because the day that we have a normal court proceeding hearing where I can show my evidence, you know good and well I can. In a criminal case, it'll happen. Then what are you going to do? Then what are you going to do? The same guy that tells me to put the, at least, he's going to make it where you can't appeal. He's just talked about it all day long. I heard it. We recorded him. So when you do exactly what I say, you just did it. My landlord gave me a letter last night, just like you told him to. That was an illegal conversation. You're interfering with a contract, thinking that'll coerce me. I'll take your yellow brick road. Take the bribe and lie. Mr. Warman, send me a list of things your client wants me to lie about. And you have been in my wallet ever since the 11th. We're going to get this thing tossed out on December 17th. She's going to her family's house on the 18th. We're going to have her arrested out there. And then when you got in my wallet, I couldn't go. We worked on that for weeks. We wanted Manfred to do it because she likes Manfred. We can't have that. We got to pick all the people that she loves and let's have them screw her life up. Yeah, okay. Duly noted for the record. So, That he and I are talking about what to do. Leave, petition for leave, whole new lawsuit, writ of mandamus, asking the higher court to immediately order the lower court to give me a fucking protective order so we can have a fucking normal court proceeding and I can fucking prove what I'm saying. Since you're asking me to. Since you're impeding my ability to do that, there's not been one hearing I'm there. You're proving it.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone!
Okay, the same prosecutor that told me what to do with the Tulsa County, file the petition in error and the DOR, mail it, put the receipt as an exhibit, because he's going to get in your mail, and he's going to take your money so you can't appeal. Because he doesn't want you to prove it, really. That same guy said, do you consent to the cameras being in your home and you being pimped out all over the internet? No, of course not. Okay, well, in a criminal case, I don't want him to be able to assert the defense that you consented, didn't ask for money, and therefore, there's no crime. So make sure he's very clear on what your wishes are. I sent you a certified letter. You don't have my consent to put cameras in my home. Get them out. You don't have my consent to sell me on the dark web and pimp me out. Get me off the dark web. Get the cameras fucking out of my home. You don't have my consent to hack me. Get out of my phone. Get out of my computer. Get out of my life. I didn't ask you what you think, did I? Nope. You're breaking the law. You're going to jail. If I'm told already how to address what defense you might use to say there's no crime there, do you not think you're going to jail? If you have to ask me who told, that's a confession, sir. You just want to know how I found out. You admitted that you did it. If you have to ask who told, by the way, I've said repeatedly, I'm not told that. It's confidential. I'm not told that, sir. It is confidential. I don't know. I don't care. You know what I care about? That you're bothering, that you're raping, that you're stealing my money, that you're trying to subjugate. Because you're too weak to pick on a guy. You don't have any power to pick on a guy. Since you like drama and problems and you're a troublemaker, go direct that at a man. There's something wrong with guys that pick on women. How many men sit around in your little meetings and figure out how to make me fail? How many men are on Team Weirdo? I mean, it's pathetic. So, you got a letter, certified mail. You owe me $1,000 a day for watching me in the privacy of my home against my will and making a profit off my body against my will. My property, my lights, my utilities. And $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. Whole separate lawsuit. You can handle that in or out of court. I really don't care. This is an attempt to collect a debt. You cannot now assert the defense of she consented and didn't expect payment. I do, and I didn't. I did not consent, and I do expect payment. I got to do the disclaimer. Use allegedly. Nobody's been convicted in a court of law yet. Clearly, there's an intention to do that. And I assert all constitutional rights. I shouldn't have to. I just have them. But I'll assert them because it's you. And you like violating us. You like violating us. Thinking if somebody doesn't say it, they don't mean it. They don't intend it. I do intend it. I'm asserting my constitutional rights, all of them. Apply the but for Mr. Perry doing all this crap to me, I wouldn't have to document it. Thank God I do. On the 11th of February, I did document your intent to impede court process illegally and interfering with contracts. You called my landlord. He did exactly what you told him to do. You violated privacy laws and you interfered with the contract. You interfered with my ability to fulfill a contract on 100 different contracts. You're interfering with contracts and commerce with intent to coerce. Because you want to bribe me. You want to starve me into taking your bribe and lying. Mr. Warman, send me a list of things he wants me to lie about. We're confused as to what he thinks he can lie about at this point, since he continues to do exactly what we say. Apply the but for and reasonable, prudent individual standard. Now, act like a reasonable, prudent person. Because right now we're confused. When you want something, you want to get a date with somebody. For 12 years, you're a rejected stalker, delusional, whatever, whack job. You're never going to hold my hand. I'm never going to hug you. I don't want anything to do with you. I'm not going to go anywhere near you. I've done everything I can do to get away from you. But if you come where I am, I promise you, you better have a football helmet on. I'll beat the shit out of you. You're not going to get close to me. I'm not going to see what poison you got on you today. I'm not going to wait to see, you're going to got a syringe, you're going to stick me with a needle and I die. Oh, it's an unfortunate allergic reaction. Oh, she was depressed because she was losing her house. She killed herself. Nope, I'm not depressed. I'm pissed. I don't get depressed, Mr. Perry. That's not in my DNA. My brain isn't wired like that. Anybody that heard my podcast last night knows how my brain is wired. Not like that. I don't get depressed. I get pissed. I get really pissed, and I'll kick your ass. I think I said before, I'm a little bit Clarice, I'm a little bit Katniss, and I'm a little bit Brenda Lee Johnson rolled up into one. Don't forget that. It's like that every day. I don't get depressed. I get pissed. I'll kick your ass. Metaphorically or literally, depending. But you're not going to make me depressed. And I'm sure as shit not suicidal. So I'm putting that out now. If anybody kills me and tries to make it look like a suicide, it's bullshit. I don't think like that. That's a permanent solution to a temporary situation. You're temporary. You're temporary. You're a conduit of growth for me, and that's it. That's all you are. You're something that the enemy meant for evil that God's using for my good in 100 different ways already. But the end of the story isn't yet. You got a whole new lawsuit coming. A big one. And you can't assert the defense that I consented and didn't expect payment. I didn't consent, and I do expect payment. You don't get to watch me in the privacy of my home against my will. Sure as shit, not for free. If you go into a strip club where they let you do that, you're not in somebody's house. You're in a strip club. You're in a business, and you have to pay. So who is it? Which one of you sits down and says, why won't she take the yellow brick road? I heard that's your terminology. Yellow brick road. Which one of you men who's too weak to pick on men expects me to lie? And what am I supposed to lie about? You keep doing exactly what I say. So what is it? Because we're very specific. We're not making vague comments of, oh, Charles threatens me. No, these are very specific things. He threatens death. He threatens false arrest. He threatens to impede court process. He threatens to steal my money. Tortious interference with business. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. These are very specific things. He threatened to take my car. He threatened to get me kicked out of my home. And he's carrying them out. So what am I supposed to lie about, Mark? Or whoever says that, why won't you take the yellow brick road? You know what that yellow brick road is? I'll be locked in a basement and given soup with arsenic in it, won't I? Oh, she just got suicidal. She lost her home. We were trying to help her, but she got so sad, she killed herself. Is that your plan? Was that your little creepy plan? No, I don't want your yellow brick road. Didn't ask you what you thought either, did I? What I said for you to do is comply with the law. You don't have a choice. You're not all there, are you? You continue to show that you're not all there because we are confused. What is it you think that you're going to lie about when you continue to do exactly what I say? What are you getting out of that? When you do exactly what we say you were recorded talking about doing, you do it anyway. Where's the cover-up? What'd you cover up? Please, Mark, also include what is it you thought you covered up. And be notified again today. Mr. Perry will never get a date with me. He's a rejected delusional stalker for 12 years. Every day, all day. I'm never going to kiss him. I'm never going to hug him. I'm not going to go anywhere near him. I've done my very best to get away from him. I've moved twice and changed my life completely to get away from him and to cut off all contact with him. But if he ever comes near me, Mr. Warman, he better have a football helmet on because I'll kick his ass. I'm not going to wait to see what poison he's got on him that he'll hurt me with. I'll take him down first. I'll call 911 and wait for police to arrive. You know how this place is. Jurisdiction, every different block. We got it. So I don't know. It may not be TPD. It may be somebody else. Depends on where I'm at. If ever he tries to come near me. How many men sit in a fucking meeting, too weak to pick on men, sit around and try to figure out a way to make me fail? I'd like to know that too, Mark. The number of guys that are on Team Weirdo, Team Queenie, Team Queen but not Diva, because we're too weak to pick on men. We pick on girls and children to feel tough. I want to know how many men are in that meeting every day where you guys sit around and try to figure out how to make me fail. I have no words for that. What are you doing? You want to have clean teeth? You go brush your teeth. You want to get food? You go to the grocery and get food. What are you getting out of this? You plan something, you get recorded. It gets out everywhere, and you do it anyway. So then I can say, well, I told you so. So where's the cover-up? You don't attract women by ruining their lives. You don't get a date that way. Call Fabian and ask him how he does things to attract me. How did he attract me? Did he ruin my life? Did he put cameras in my home? Did he hack me? Did he start calling everybody I know? Did he start calling my landlord and tell him to kick me out? Did he do anything like that? Nope. Ask my ex-husband the same. Is that how he got me to go on a date with him and marry him? Doing shit like that? So you don't want to date with a woman. You're abusive. You're hideous. You do everything women hate. So what is it you're getting out of this, Mr. Perry? What is your goal here? We're confused about that. You clearly have no idea what the situation is, because when you continue to get caught and you have to ask who told on me, and then you do it anyway, and I go, well, I told you so. I didn't just say a vague threat. I said something specific, and he did that specifically. What is it you think you're covering up? I mean, have your attorney tell me. I'd like to know the answer to that. You want me to prove it. He's typing into my phone. Prove it. The prosecutor saw you do that. Sure, I'm happy to, Mr. Perry, if ever you'll let us have a normal court hearing where I can do that. But the thing is, you proved it, because you're impeding my ability to have a normal court hearing where I could do that. That was the allegation, was it not? I mean, I don't know what the hell you're doing here. I don't think you do either. I think you're severely mentally disabled, or Alzheimer's, or senile dementia, or something. Because you act like this guy.
Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone!
That's okay, I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh, God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay, I don't care.
Leave me alone.
Did I ask you what you think, Mr. Perry? Were you asked? No. What were you asked to do? Act like you can understand what's being said to you. Look at this guy. How many times did she scream at him, leave me alone? She doesn't want to date with him. That's why he acts like that. It didn't occur to you, Mr. Perry, there's a reason other guys don't do what you do, and that it's illegal? Maybe it's repulsive behavior. Maybe it's offensive conduct. It's deviant. It's outside social norms. And it is illegal because in all 50 states, thousands of people got together and made it a crime. You go to jail. You don't get the date. No one asked him what he thought about her clothes. Are you being asked what you think, sir? No, you're not. You're being asked to leave me alone, comply with the law, go away. Shut the hell up and go away. We're all sick and tired of hearing about what you think. Sick and tired of what Charles Perry thinks. Ew. What we care about is how all your victims feel and what they want and what they need. Every child that missed a meal because of you. All you girls that sit around in a meeting trying to figure out how to make me fail because you're too weak to pick on men. Bullies. Somebody hits back and y'all start crying. Oh, she's hitting me. Yeah, I'm the victim. Listen, you proved it, Charles, when you did exactly what you were recorded talking about on the 11th of February. And it was out. It is out. You did exactly what I said. You proved it. Otherwise, you want me to prove it. Get out of the court process. You're acting in bad faith. I'll file a petition for leave and a writ of mandamus. Probably. We're discussing that. Or a whole new lawsuit. We're discussing that right now. Mr. Perry, I asked you to shut the hell up. Were you asked what you think? Mr. Perry, when were you asked what you think? Act like that you have mental stability. You want to be governor. I'm going to say this one more time. Were you asked what you think? No. What were you asked to do? Mr. Perry, act like you understand what I'm saying to you. What were you asked to do?
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you...
Leave me the fuck alone. You have no consent to voyeur me or hack me or rape me or contact me at all. There's never going to be a day where I want to hug you or hold your hand or have some sort of romance with you. You have no real love life. Nothing. For 12 years, you are nothing but a rejected delusional stalker who clearly is not mentally stable. You don't have a love life. You're not going to get a date out of this. I'm not going to take you to Yellow Brick Road. I'm not suicidal. I'm pissed. Do you understand what those words mean? I don't think you fully understand your situation. I don't. We're very convinced that there's something mentally wrong with you in your ability to process and ascertain the situation. When I'm telling everybody on the 11th of February, he's recorded talking about how we can't let her appeal. And then you do it anyway, you proved me. So why are you typing in my phone, prove it? Which ones of you with him on Team Weirdo, can't get it either? Are all of you mentally slow? Because everyone else can see it just fine. I mean, everybody else can see it just fine. When they do what she said, exactly, it's not a vague, he's threatening me. It's a very specific threat. And then you do it anyway. And you hacked me, so you know I have it. And it's put out everywhere. Everybody knows I have it. And you do it anyway. And then you tell me prove it. Well, you proved it. You proved it. I can meet the deadline because you made sure I didn't. You jammed up my bank cards. You've done everything under the sun that one can do to impede a court process. That's not my fail. That's what the prosecutor said to me on the 11th. It's in the podcast. I don't want you to get discouraged. It is not your failure. They talked about all day trying to make you fail. They are talking in a meeting, premeditating and planning a crime against you that would cause you to fail and not meet the court requirements. They discussed it. They planned it. Malicious aforethought, acting in bad faith, breaking the law. I heard the whole thing. So, in order to address it, you've got to show intent. Go ahead and file the thing at least, money-wise, within your budget, with whatever left you have money-wise that he didn't take. And if it's going to cost you a little more, so if you can mail it at all, mail it to show intent. You did intend to appeal. He impeded your intent. He obstructed the court process on purpose, intentionally. Because he doesn't want you to prove what he's doing to you. So don't tell me prove it. You proved it. You did exactly what he said. Don't get discouraged. Do the best you can. You got a whole new lawsuit here on my desk. So don't worry about it. If you can't get the whole thing done, do the best you can. We're going to work with it. We're going to go along as we go along. What's the next step in the process? The next step in the process, Mr. Warman, Mr. Giles, Mr. Goodwin, Mr. Seth. Oh, shit. What's Seth's last name? I don't know. Seth and the other guy, McGew. Probably in the next 2 days here, petition for leave and a writ of mandamus, asking for an immediate protective order, asking the Supreme Court to order the lower court to give me a protective order because you impeded my ability to pursue the appeal, just like you were recorded talking about on the 11th, and I said it, and it was everywhere. And the prosecutor said, don't get discouraged. This is what they're going to do. It's not your failed, they failed. You got about 20 men sitting around in a meeting trying to figure out how to make you fail. Too weak to pick on men, they pick on a woman. So it's crazy town. We don't know what to say to that. I didn't ask you what you think, Perry. I don't care. I really don't. We're sick of hearing it. Everybody's sick and tired of hearing about what you think, what you feel, and what you want. It's not that hard to get information. People have empathy. You don't have feet. You're trying to run a race with no feet. You're void of human emotion and the ability to think things through. What is it you want out of this? You don't have a cover-up. You don't have one. When you keep doing what I say you're going to do, and I say it beforehand and you do it anyway, where's the cover-up in that? What'd you cover up? Have your attorney tell me, what the fuck do you think we covered up? You covered up. When you have to ask who told on me, you admit you did what I said you were doing. You admit it. You just want to know how I found out. So have your attorney email me. What did you cover up? What exactly is covered up? You're not going to ever get a date with me. You need to call men who can get a woman and ask them, how did you attract women? Peeping, hacking, causing financial duress, not part of it. I promise you, that's not how they did it. For 12 years, you're nothing but a rejected, delusional stalker, unable to properly ascertain the situation you're in. Clearly, because your reactions are never appropriate. She's telling him, leave me alone. 6 times. It's very irritating for everybody else that she had to say it that many times. Do you think that somehow you're exempt from that? From causing that same kind of irritation, Mr. Perry? Why would you think that? Have your attorney email me. Why would you think that you're exempt from causing the same fucking irritation he's causing? Looking as stupid as him because he's not responding right to what she just said. He's asking about her clothes. Commenting on her clothes. He was not asked. No one cares. We don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear what you have to say either. Shut the hell up and get out of my life. Don't contact me. You're breaking the law. You are to stop. You're being stopped every time you're told on before you do something. What do you think we're doing that for? You got to act like you can properly assess what's happening. Why do you think we're doing that, Mr. Perry? Why are we doing that? Why are you being told on before you do something? And who are they? Who's the prosecutor? Who is it, Charles? Why are we doing this? Act like you can process that information properly. Because right now you're acting like you can't. And you want to be governor. Well, how are you going to be governor if you can't process just simple information like that? Cause and effect. When you bother me, you get told on because I have help. So act like you can understand that, sir. What does that mean? When you commit a crime against me, you get told on while you're planning it. When you do it anyway, what'd you cover up? Act like you can think properly and think things through logically and reasonably, like a reasonable, prudent individual. Because right now your mental status is in serious question. I don't want to hear from you in any shape. Charles, I don't want to hear from you at all. I don't want to hear from you at all. I don't care what you think. I said don't contact me. I hate it. I said stop all forms of all contact with me. When you do it anyway, then you start getting told on more because it pisses me off. Get out of my privacy. Get out of it. Charles Perry, get the fuck out of my life. There's not going to be a date, ever. There's not going to be a day where I hold your hand. I hate you. I can't stand you. You're hideous. You repulse me. Get the fuck out of my life. Listen to what the words are. Understand the situation you're in. It's bad. It is very bad. Understand you're caught. I want to know what you think you've covered up. Why are we doing this? Why are we getting this information, Mr. Perry? What are we going to do with that? Why is there a prosecutor telling me what defenses you might assert in a criminal case? What I need to do so that you can't assert those defenses? Why is that happening? What am I supposed to prove if you will not allow a normal court process to proceed along? A hearing where I can present my evidence. When you impede it, you prove it. Do you understand that? I don't think you do. I don't think you understand much at all. Okay, see this right here? This is the one from 211. What does that say? It was done on February 12, 2022. Where I'm explaining that on the 11th, the prosecutor contacted me and said he's going to impede your appeal. Don't get discouraged. You got a whole new lawsuit here sitting on my desk. What you could do, what I would like you to do, if you want to, is express intent. Yes, I want to express intent. What do you want me to do? I want you to at least get the Tulsa County clerk served by filing the DOR and the amended petition. Mail it. Put the receipt with the petition as an exhibit. Don't walk it in. I know it's going to cost you just a little bit more. If nothing else gets done, that's done. I can use that because I can, with everything else they do that I might charge them criminally with, I can show that you absolutely intended to pursue the appeal and they impeded your ability to do so on purpose. Malicious intent, acting in bad faith, all of that, mens rea, criminal intent. If you don't file that, they can say she changed her mind. When you file that, they can't say that. You didn't change your mind. They obstructed your ability and they impeded court process. And that's a crime. That's illegal. So make sure you get that on the docket. If nothing else happens. If they steal all your money and you have nothing else, not a dime to your name, because they're just talking about doing just that. Exactly that right there. Specific thing that you intend to do to cause me a problem so that I can't finish the appeal. I can't pursue it. Recorded. It's not some vague threat. Charles threatened me. Nope. Specific thing that you intended to do to make it where I can't appeal. Steal my money. Tortious interference with contract and business. That's already in the lawsuit. You're just doing the same thing. But you got caught talking about it. So on this day, at this time, before you actually started doing it, before you actually did it, you're recorded talking about it. That's premeditation. That's malicious aforethought. And I said something out there. It's out there everywhere. And you did it anyway. So what are you covering up? What are you covering up? We want to know. Mark, email me. What does Charles Perry think he covered up when he does exactly what we said he was talking about doing? We want to know. We want to know. And now you can't say, my intention was I changed my mind. I didn't change my mind. You got in my way. And then don't type in my phone. Prove it. He saw you do that. He's in my phone too. They're always in my phone and computer to keep me safe. You said prove it. Then allow the court processes to go normally. so that I can. Otherwise, when you obstruct, you prove it. You just proved it. Tell me what it is you think you're covering up. When you do exactly what you were recorded talking about doing. So, hang on. This is the order he impeded me from complying with. Now we got to file a petition for leave and a writ of mandamus asking for the higher court to immediately order the lower court to give me a protective order. They might say, no, we got to do it anyway. You going to impede my ability to do that too? I'm saying now for the record, that's my intention. That's my intentions. Mr. Perry has again acted in bad faith, harassed me outside of court, committed grand larceny with intent to coerce, just like the prosecutor said he heard him talking about doing on the 11th. Yellow brick road. Oh my God. Your definition of cool or good or pleasant is not the same as mine. I think those words don't mean what you think those words mean. So you're not getting a date. In 12 years, you've just been a rejected delusional stalker. I've done everything I can do to get away from you and get you off me. There's not going to be a day where you get a hug or a kiss from me. I'll beat the hell out of you if you come anywhere near me. I'm not going to go where you are. But if you come near me, I'm not going to wait to see what poison you got on you. I'm going to take your ass down. And I'll call the cops and they'll come pick you up. Okay? Better wear a football helmet. And you're not getting a cover-up when you do exactly what I said. Over and over and over and over. So, what are you getting out of it? You want clean teeth, you brush your teeth. You want food, you go to the grocery and get food. What are you getting out of doing the same thing every day that gets you told on? You got to ask who told on you. And you don't get a date. You're rejected. You don't get a date. Listen to the words I'm saying. Charles Perry, act like you understand the situation. You want to be governor? Act like you understand the situation. I've said no for 12 years every day. I moved twice, completely changed my life to get away from you. There's not a political vendetta. I rant like a motherfucker when I'm pissed off. You would know it if there was something I was upset about. You would know exactly what I was upset about, how pissed off I was, and you'd heard about it. That's not what I said. I said, he's stalking me. He's a stalker. Pulling up behind my house is not part of your legislative duties. Impeding court process. Grand larceny with intent to coerce. Interference with contracts and commerce with intent to coerce. That's not what you do to pass a law in Texas. It is people, there is laws passed on that by other people who decided we don't tolerate that in civilized society. If everybody acts like you, we don't have a civilized society. So we're going to make it a crime. You go to jail if you do it. If you stalk, hack, or peep. You're selling me on the dark web. You stop. Cease and desist. Cease and desist. You are expected to pay $1,000 a day for watching me in the privacy of my home and profiting off my body. You go to a strip club and there's a peep show in the strip club. It's not in somebody's house against their will. They're at their job in a place of business and they're consenting parties, but they expect to be paid. This is not that. You are in my home against my will. I have the right to privacy in my house. You don't have the right to rape me or sell me or pimp me out. You're being billed $1,000 a day for doing that to me, plus $2,000 a day for doing that without my consent. This is an attempt to collect a debt. You can do it out of court or in court. I really don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to lie for you. I would like your attorney to send me a list of things he thinks I'm supposed to lie about when you continue to do exactly what we say. Like this. Like this. This is the McNamara email. It is dated October 29, 2015. It says Charles wants me arrested. For what? I don't know. I haven't done anything wrong. He intends to coerce me and isolate me and make me say something against my will. He's trying to force me against my will to say or do something I don't want to say or do by way of physical force. A false arrest, using the criminal justice system to subjugate a witness and a victim of crime. That is another crime. I said it in October 2015. On January 29th, months later, you did it. Filing a false police report in retaliation for a public servant doing his job as a senator. We think that the other part of your that shows your mental status is not right is that you are unclear on what your legislative duties are. I left Lubbock in November 2013 and moved to the Dallas area. I left the Dallas area because you made my life a living hell on September 2014 and came to Oklahoma. So if I work at Target and Target says you are required by law, by our policy, to take 3 10-minute breaks a day per shift, and at Walmart they have a different policy. You're only allowed 2 10-minute breaks per day. If you take more than that, you're fired. I'm working at Target. So the policy that applies to me is you have to take 3 10-minute breaks a day per shift. That's the way it is. I'm on my third. Some guy from Walmart comes over to Target and tries to fire me from Target. Well, but I don't work at Walmart. I work at Target. I have to follow the policies of Target where I work. Walmart does not have the authority to fire me when I work at Target. I don't work at Walmart. Likewise, Oklahoma law says you got to file a police report to get a protective order. And you knew that because I forgot the first one, the police report for the first one, and it was denied. You knew it. I don't live in Texas. I live in Oklahoma. You don't legislate in Oklahoma. You legislate in Texas. Where do you live? Everybody says you're up in Oklahoma more than you're in Lubbock. So nobody's sure where you're actually legally domiciled. The police report was filed on the 21st. You had me arrested on the 29th. Just like you threatened. Just like specific threats made. The detective from Tulsa Police didn't call me till February 15th. She's asking for evidence. I had texts. I had video surveillance from my workplace. And I had blood and hair to show whether or not you gave me arsenic. Right? Did you? Did you give me arsenic? This is the law. This is the policy of Oklahoma. At the very last sentence, you must file a police report. So for all of this, and then here's the text that Detective Egan was asking for, that you prevented and delayed by physical force me from giving them to her. Read Title 18 of the United States Code, 1512 and 1513. You obstructed justice. This is the police report. It's dated the 21st. How'd you even get it? Who at Tulsa Police gave this to the offender? Who put my life in danger? Who caused me to lose my home? Which guy did that to me? This is supposed to be confidential until it goes to court. Which guy caused me to have my mugshot smeared everywhere? I lost my home. I'm illegally incarcerated for 2 months. Which of you did that at TPD? I've not even asked. I'm not really asking now. I'm making a point. This is the dismissal. Because there's no political vendetta. I don't live in Oklahoma. Charles, where's the political... Prove the political vendetta. Prove it. I'm very vocal. What was the issue I was mad about? Mad enough to make up a stalker story. Only tell a few close friends for 4 years. Not the media. Only a few close friends. Most didn't live in Texas. For 4 years. Move. Then move again. And then go public with it. You had 4 years to stop. What part of what you're doing is a part of your legislative duties? In 2011, I'm telling my friends he's pulling up behind my home. He's showing up at restaurants. Not part of your legislative duties. You don't need to do that to pass a law in Texas, Mr. Perry. I don't live in Texas. I didn't live in your district. You don't matter. I had other people to call if I needed something. I didn't do legislation in Texas. I helped you get elected. I was a Republican. I'm a Republican, except that to get away from you, and so you couldn't find me, I didn't register to vote after 2012. 2012 was the last time I voted. I ran a political consulting business, and I just all of a sudden give up a lifestyle where I'm shaking hands with congressmen and senators all my life. Raised in the home of an elected official. Suddenly walk away from that and go work in a strip club and stop voting. And you want to assert or allege that had nothing to do with you stalking me? Stalking isn't part of what you do to pass a law in Texas, Mr. Perry. So what's the issue that you made up in your delusion? Did you imagine a political vendetta? Or did you just lie? You don't matter politically. It's certainly not to me. You don't see Chief Franklin wringing his hands over what some lawmaker in, New Jersey's doing. Doesn't apply to him. He doesn't care. Somebody that works at Target isn't wringing their hands over policy changes at Walmart. They don't work at Walmart. They don't care. Doesn't affect them. So, what was the fucking political vendetta about? Where are the texts and the emails and the Facebook post talking about, I'm mad at Charles Perry because he's pro-life, or he's whatever it is you are. I don't even know. Republican. In your district, it's 86% pro-life, far right-wing Republican. So why would anybody in their right mind, keep in mind, Mr. Perry, you're a little loony. You don't properly assess a situation and act reasonably or prudent. So it's not about how you think, it's about how everybody else thinks. Why would anybody in their right mind put time and money into a senatorial spot that is 86% Republican, will always demand a pro-life person represent them? And it's the smallest district in the state, one of them. Why would you do that? The way that you would have to, if you're pro-choice, and you want a pro-choice person in that place, you're not going to get it. You can't get elected in Lubbock if you're not pro-life. You can't do it. 86% of the population wants a pro-life guy. So let's just say this is Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood isn't going to get it by having some chick make up a stalker story, not tell anybody for 4 years, but a few close friends, move twice, change careers, then say something. Doesn't even make sense. What they would have to do is get a company from California to move into Lubbock, change the voter demographic, and then they might have a chance of getting that flipped. But since it's such a small district, they're not going to waste their time and money. You'd have to be a big district with a big pull, and you don't have that. So there is no such thing. You're delusional. You've imagined it. It didn't happen. You would have an email before 2011. When I sent those texts to my friends, he's stalking me. He's pulling up behind my backyard. I had my business threatened when I told his manager to make him stop acting like that. I didn't go to the media with it. I didn't try to hurt you. I went to your campaign guy with it, and he threatened to ruin my business. Instead of saying, thanks for letting me know, we'll take care of it. How many men sit in a meeting and try to figure out how to make me fail because you're too weak to pick on men? One girl, one woman. One woman. All you guys, are too weak to pick on a man. You gotta pick on one woman, try to make me fail. Okay, so you did exactly what the 2/11/22 podcast said. You were recorded talking about doing all day on the 11th. I'm sorry, the February 12th, 2022 podcast says, that's out everywhere. It's just right here. It says, on the 11th, Mr. Perry was recorded all day long talking about how to make it where I can't have her appeal. She can't appeal. We got to make sure she can't appeal. We can't have any money. She can't have any money. We need to force her out of her house. We've got to make her take this bribe and lie. We've got to do it. How can we do it? We've got to get in her wallet. Got to take all her money. Don't let her make money. So you did it. Last night, everything's all jammed up. I couldn't do shit. It's not any different today. So you did exactly and specifically the crime you premeditated on the 11th. We found out about it, and it's out everywhere. And the attorney, the prosecutor said, the last thing we need is for him to assert a defense of, well, she changed her mind. She didn't intend to appeal. So what I want you to do is file that thing in Tulsa County Court so you can see, plain as day, you do intend. Mail it. Don't walk it in, because they're going to try to kick it out with the mail and get you into your money. Don't get discouraged if he does. Don't. We've got him. He was talking about it. He never stops talking about it. That guy is the gift that keeps on giving. He never shuts up. He never shuts up. Runs that mouth constantly. It is something. So easy, it's not even fair. So when they do it, you'll have another, I told you so. And he can't say that you changed your mind. You got it on the docket. And you mailed it. So when they fuck with it, we got them. And you got a whole new lawsuit sitting on my desk. Same thing applies. You can't assert that defense. You can't assert the defense that you consent. Because you don't consent. You send them a certified letter telling them you don't consent, and you build them for the voyeurism. In your online peep show. You're a pimp, he says. So you'll ruin a life. You think we're all supposed to let you ruin a life, and then cover it up for you. Mr. Warman, please explain to me what your client thinks I'm supposed to lie about now. He continues to do the same thing. I mean, it's another I told you so. So what does he think I'm supposed to lie about? What did he cover up? Doing exactly what we said he was going to talk. He was recorded talking about doing on the 11th and the 12th. What did that cover up? We're concerned about his mental status because we're seeing he did exactly. He just gave us I told you so. He just gave us a new cause of action. You guys are acting in bad faith, and I have recourse, and I'm going to take the recourse. You have hereby been notified. I intend to take that recourse, and your client wants me to prove it. Well, he's got to quit doing that so that we can have a normal hearing where I can prove it. Otherwise, he's proving it. Is he not? We're wanting to know, what does he think he covered up? And there's not going to be a date. Surely, after 12 years of being a rejected, delusional stalker, he knows there's never going to be a date. Ever. I'm never going to touch him. I'm not going to go anywhere near him, but if he comes near me, I'm not going to wait to see what murder weapon he's got with him. I'm going to take his ass down. It's best he's wearing a football helmet, because it might hurt when I take him down, and I'm going to call the cops, and he's going to be arrested for coming by me. He's not going to come by me. I intend, Mr. Warman, all you guys, to do what works best with a criminal case. So, there's going to be some discussions on a petition for leave and a writ of mandamus. I have recourse. I intend to exercise it. If you impede my ability to do so, then you're going to have to deal with the prosecutor. And then I've got a whole new lawsuit on his desk. Okay? I don't want anything to do with Charles Perry. He's been asked to leave me alone. I'm not asking him what he thinks. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Everybody's sick and tired of hearing it. He's been asked to comply with the law. He wants to be governor. He better fucking comply with the law. He better fucking act like he can understand what's being said. And how bad his situation is. It's bad. If you have to ask me who told on you, you ought to know it's bad. Mr. Perry, if you have to ask who told on me, you should know it's bad. You're caught. You have, you confessed when you asked who told. You said, yeah, I did it. I just want to know how you found out. So, there's that. Look, Mr. Perry, you look ridiculous. Please fucking leave me alone.
Stalking me! Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me
You
alone.
all you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public, it doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. That guy's been raping you since
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
That guy's been raping you since
Leave me alone!